Good evening and welcome to another episode of Talk Business. Coming up on the show tonight, telling tales through food. Talk Business travels to Teindamu in Lautoka to find out more about in the next half hour. In this current day and age, fast food is the norm. But is it ever possible for anyone to start eating food or cooking without preservatives, like how they did back in the days? To find out, we traveled to Teindamu in Lautoka, where a traditional Itauke and Indo-Fijian themed restaurant called Tukuni is located.
Bula, welcome to Tukuni restaurant.
This is the latest innovation by the Foundation for Rural Integrated Enterprises and Development, better known as Friend Fiji, a community development non-governmental organization based in Lautoka. And it's here you'll find a revival of traditional cuisines, both of indigenous and Indian origins.
Tukuni has been a long-term dream for us. Many reasons for it. The more we go into the communities, we see how beautiful our food is. And the food has been so, if you think about it, so traditional but very high quality food. And we really wanted to bring it to the customers and also put pride in the food that we have. Also, because we work with farmers and organic farmers, we wanted to make sure that the organic vegetables and fruits reach a table. So the whole idea is farm to table concept. We have trucks running to Vanwalevu to get stuff from Vanwalevu as well as from Ra. The Winston affected communities are supplying us organic vegetables, and Nakorotumbu in also Winston affected areas are supplying us the fish. So one, it's farm to table. Two, everything you see in Tukuni is local, is 100% done. Most of the things are done here. You'll see the tables are made by our own youths. The bamboo craft has been done by the young people here. The masi ceiling, masi kubui, has been ordered from Namuka Ilau. And the cooking, the food that we have is all the traditional foods that we used to have. So we've been asking the elders, how do you cook the different types of food? Whether it's seashells, CB, or like we hear a lot about tavu, ika tavu. So we serve all that here. And most people who come and eat it say, oh, we ate it in our village long time ago, and we don't actually eat it either in a restaurant or even at home these days. So it's reviving our traditional foods, which has always been beautiful. It has always been preservative free. It has been additive free. And if you look at any nutrition chart, our vegetables and our foods sit on top of any global charts that you talk about. So we know our food's good, and we are bringing it to our customers through Tukuni. Not only health conscious, the food is really tasty, but yes, it is food without additives and without any preservatives, and it is without any type of artificial sauces. Anything we use in marination and cooking and serving is all hand done here without additives. So yes, it is health food, and it is very filling food.
These finishings are sourced locally, giving a very traditional touch to the restaurant.
We've been trying to find stories about food, and you will see that not too long ago our dals were grinded in stones. So we have the stone grinder, and there are young people who've never seen it. So we want to bring about the food and how food used to be done. Tokona, kuro. So all the beautiful things and how the food was made, we're trying to bring from the traditional people a mini museum, food museum, to talk about the positives of about what our ancestors used to have and how they kept and made food so healthy and so good. So yes, this is evolving still, but we're trying to have an educational food museum in time to come. The whole restaurant is run on solar energy also, and you will see that we make recycled paper. So banana, ginger, different paper, which is our placemats, and all the numbers, etc., are done from driftwood, and all the tables and chairs, like I said, is made here by our young people. So it has also really brought out the creativity of our young people. Like when we started doing bamboo, the artists who've done bamboo had never done bamboo before. You know, it's been a trial and error, and it's been absolutely beautiful tapestry of love that has made Tukuni what it is, and you'll feel it when you enter. It is really a lot of people's dreams coming together to make it, give it that nice authentic look and feel and taste.
The traditional flavors are sourced from hundreds of rural farmers who supply organic produce.
So we are working with about 600 organic farmers, and about, I'll say, at least 50 are supplying from Lambasa each time the truck goes, and another 50 we are buying from for the vegetables on a weekly basis, and at least 2 villages are supplying us fish. And then we have workers from around the community. All our people working here are hospitality trained here, like we got hospitality training in-house. They are not qualified hospitality people. They are all village young people who have come. All our cooks are women who make food at home. So it's like real traditional taste. They are not chefs trained in a hospitality school. So yeah, it has given employment to those, all the women who are cooking, the people who are serving, and a whole range of people who are supplying art and other things to Tukuni.
Food and cuisine are about tradition, culture, and national pride. It's where people come together to share their culture, experience new flavors, and deepen people-to-people links.
So we have some tourist tours who are already coming, and we have tourists who have been making their way from Nandi, getting in a cab just to come and experience the real Fijian food, because it's not every day you're able to have anything and everything which is really farm to table and taste of ancient times. So we've been having very good feedback, not only from tourists but locals as well. It has surprised me quite a bit at the interest that the locals have shown in the food, because we have the authentic indigenous food, but we also have the traditional Indian foods. So you'll find maize roti or roti made from the grains that we used to do before, and all our meat is free range. So whether it's sheep or lamb or chicken, it's free range chicken, and we're buying it from the smallholder farms. And of course, all our seafood is coming from the farmers. So it's very, very fresh, and we know what we're giving to our customers. We know where it's originating from. I personally, through and through, truly believe that our food is the best in the world. And try the roro soup here. Even Chef Robert Oliver says it's the best roro soup in the world. And our food is so, like, without any additives. I mean, you put fish on charcoal, turn it, and you eat it like that without any sauce, and you would still say, wow. You put uto in charcoal, and you turn it, and you eat it just like that. No salt, sugar, sauce, nothing. Our food is so good, and our ancestors knew how to make it traditional. Rather to make it healthy, and our ancestors did not have all these diseases that we are carrying today. So food just raw, traditionally cooked, is as beautiful as anything, and I totally believe in it. And we have had so many people who come and they can't believe that food tastes so good without all the sauces and marinades. So yes, we are very proud of our traditional foods from both ethnic communities. And for Indian food, we are finding now the whole world is going on about turmeric and how great turmeric is. Turmeric, our ancestors must have known that all these spices are so good for us, for our health, and they made sure that it is, in our foods. And we are getting our turmeric from the hills, from the farmers. We are grinding our spices right here. So it's a bit more hard work because everybody's so used to blender and grinder and getting things off the shelf, but we're trying to bring our foods the way it used to be made. All our curries, and only oil we use here is our own virgin coconut oil, hand pressed. So anything you'll eat, whether it's meat or all the curries you'll eat, is hand-pressed virgin coconut oil. If you eat dals, it's handmade ghee from the farmers. So we are making sure that when we are giving you traditional taste, it is the real taste of 20, 30 years ago. You have to give it to her first because Steve is
This kapala.
Oh, nice. Nice. Wow. That's really good. I'm trying to live more healthy this year.
Come and enjoy Tukuni food. If you haven't enjoyed Tukuni food, you haven't enjoyed good food. So come and enjoy Tukuni food, yes. When I hear the stories from the older people, that amazes me, and I don't think we've spoken enough about it. We hear a lot of negative, largely when we talk about the ancient culture, people call it primitive. But the more, as an outsider, I go into indigenous communities and I hear the beauty of how the communities have been sustained for so long. When the world thought that the world was flat, your ancestors were out, looking at the stars and making their own boats and conquering the seas and the reefs. And I think when they landed over the years, if you look at it, the best of vegetables, whether it's ota or roro or bele, that is here, sits on top of any nutritional chart anywhere in the world. Our ancestors have brought us, and now our ancestors have brought us herbs and spices and so on. I think Fiji is so rich in such beautiful food and such beautiful cooking methods that we are doing injustice by not taking pride in it. And when you look at the sophisticated methods of the fishing and the way they not only collected food but sustained food systems, but now SDGs are telling us to do zero tilling and composting. When a yam is pulled out, it is composted back right in. So I think our traditional ancestors have so much to teach us and educate us, and we are not spending enough time in learning what has sustained our people over the generations, what has sustained the land over the generations. And it is an amazing learning for us as we try and bring it to Tukuni. And we hope that our young people would pay attention and learn that while the world is giving us SDGs, these SDGs have been given to us by our ancestors years ago. We're just not paying attention to it. And if we did, I think we'll have sustainable land, sustainable seas, and sustainable food for us. And we hope that we can open that window here at Tukuni when people come and enjoy Tukuni.
Shortly after the 2000 coup, Sashi Kiran realized that communities across Fiji were in dire need of social and economic development to help break the cycle of poverty. It was then that she founded Friend.
I grew up on a farm, and I think the love of plants, and actually I guess when you grow up on a farm and you travel a bit and you travel around the world, it has just made me feel we had so much going for us. And I think once we connect to our roots and are proud of our roots, there's so much. So when I go into communities and I see all the good there is, and then when you come out and talk to the problems of the world and you say, okay, the solutions are right in the village. Like when you have had lenses where you've looked around the world and you look back into our communities, you say, the answers are right here. But we're trying so hard to find it elsewhere. So over the years, the more I work in the community, the more I feel empowered by them, that the answers are right here. It's just, how do we match? How do we make it, how do we feel proud of it? Because we are, like you said, we are chasing the Western dream. We're chasing things that are not sustainable in the first place. In the Western world, they eat out of the fridge because they have no gardens to turn to. We have gardens in the back, but we will go and buy cabbage or, So it's something, the more I look at the world's problems and our own problems, and the more I look at our own solutions, I think It's just us turning our head and maybe glamorizing what we have. And hopefully Tukuni will make some people realize, at least if not all, the beauty of our own foods and our own traditions and sustainability of our own generations that have over the years has happened only because our ancestors probably have found the best practices that we're not paying attention to. And if we did, we don't need the UN to tell us about the SDGs. Our ancestors have already given us those lessons. Though we are encouraging people to set up, we are hoping that ika tavu and things like that will become every roadside stall. Ika, rather tavu uto and things, because these are foods that are soul food, makes you feel good, tastes good, and it is our identity. It's our roots. So we definitely encourage people. The food that we cook here is so simple. It's something that has been done from our ancestors generations down. It doesn't require any massive learning. So if more come up, I think it's good for all of us who enjoy good food.
At Tukuni, you'll also find local variety of spices, jams, and souvenirs made by Friend.
So over the years, Friend has been working on socioeconomic and health empowerment programs. And income generation is one of the key aspects of our life. So we have been making jams and chutneys, which we are very well known for. That's available here if people want to buy. Herbal teas that are coming in from the farmers. The spices like turmeric that are coming in from the hills are available here. The sea salt from Lamawai is available here. And we also getting handicrafts now, things that are made by the people. If you want special touristy or special souvenirs which are 100% local and you know it, that it's done by people, it will be available here. Together with this, we also have herbs and plant nursery down there, down the Tukuni restaurant, and people can purchase that as well. We have handmade cards made right here. We have recycled paper being made right here. So there's a lot to see and a lot to take away. And if and when people want to do tours, we have organic gardens, so we can work on discuss how to make really beautiful organic gardens without the use of chemicals. So we can give tours. We have exercise wrench around the place, so people can work up nature exercises. There's a trek around the place. There's bee farm. So when people want and come and want different tours, we are also able to offer them educational tours together with good food. We have conference facility, and we have had people coming in hiring conferences and workshop rooms, and then eat from the morning tea, afternoon tea and lunch from Tukuni. So we have all those facilities available as well.